This is Kevin Harlan. Today's game continues this Brooklyn Nets homestand. And, of course, Scotty Barnes. And a part of this lineup, we'll see how they do without him.
And as shocked as people are that they would trade away a player of his caliber, they didn't just let him go for nothing. I mean, they got a lot in return. I think it's a deal that's going to really help them down the road.
And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now, here's Avdia. And here is Ball. Misses the layup. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now here's Powell. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Pass the ball. From deep three-point land. Toronto grabs the miss.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
With the drive. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Adebayo down low. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
Now you try your best defensively to push Bam away from the rim. That's easier said than done.
You know, Brent, when you wonder why GMs take a risk on project big men, Bam Adebayo is an example of why they do just that.
Yeah, Kevin, it's not always about the project working out. It's about teams that have a plan for the project. And certainly Miami was able to do that. And you have to credit Bam. He put the work in. The guy has been solid. He's an all-star. He's continuing to improve, and he gives you everything on both ends of the floor every night.
Now, here's Adebayo. It's Powell on the wing. Shoots the three. Hits the three-point bomb.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Nets trailed by 10. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Over to the left wing. Williams inside. And it's Williams throwing it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
To the middle. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Raptors shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board. 77% collectively.
And he's good on the second. Nets trailed by 7. Here's Williams. Goes back up. Outside, Ball. Lock at 6. Traps in the tray. Ball's got 7 points.
And Ball continues to show he can drain threes. The defense must adjust or he is going to keep doing damage.
No good with the elbow jumper.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Brooklyn with the ball. 4-point game. And there's the drive. Outside for Thomas. Here's Hendricks. Off again. Misses the follow-up. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Over to the wing. Out left to the wing. Fires the 3. Drills the three-pointer. He's got 5.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. The Nets have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Thomas.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Fires from 18. Not enough on that one as it misses.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Walker taking his time here. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Raptors lead by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn.
16.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Toronto.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
DA, we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm very happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you. So it's Toronto now, following the bucket by the Nets. Drains the three-pointer. Tilly's got 5 points so far.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Now here's Ball. 7 points in the game. That one goes. Count it.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper.
Pass to Queen. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
Now, here's Johnson. Still without a basket. The three-pointer, no good. Nets trailed by 8. Left side, Ball. Pass to Claxton. It's Thomas, high post. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range, it doesn't matter who's guarding him.
Now, here's Thomas. Out to the wing. Down low. Nice move. And that's 2 points on the layup. And now it's just a 4-point Raptor lead.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Pass to Tilly. Here's Queen. Here's Thor. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. To the paint. Here's Queen. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Queen's got his first points in this one. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Here's Thor. Raptors knocking down the tray.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Here's Queen. 5 points in the game. .152 left to play here in the second quarter. Shots good by Thor. Thor's got 7 points here in this quarter.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
To the inside. Johnson. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
This offense just continues to impress.
Here's Thor. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Thor's got 9 points.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball. Inside and taking full advantage.
That'll be a 5-second call.
The turnovers keep coming. It's been a pretty sloppy start to the game for them, but they're still in the driver's seat.
Here's Ivasic. No good. That would have tied it.
Not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Now, here's Adebayo. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Powell, that's good.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Now that's some hang time. What a pretty double clutch move.
Agree, Greg. You can afford to get fancy on your way up when you've got that kind of space. There's the double team with Abdia. Out to the right wing. Here's Queen. No good from outside. Nets trailed by 3. Here's Ivasic. Still scoreless. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Outside Williams. To the left wing. The tray. Ivasic, no good. With 4 seconds on the clock. With 2 seconds left. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Raptors up by 3. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Raptors leading by 3.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
And here's Adebayo outside. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in. 5 points in the game.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
An 89% free throw shooter puts him right there among the league's best from the line.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Raptors shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who are you going to pick to send to the free throw line? And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Raptors leading by 4. Back to Adebayo. Powell, no one around him. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the 3.
Pass to Ivicic. Kicks it out to Allen. 5 on the clock. Here's Hendricks. And Adebayo sends it back.
And Bam aptly describes Adebayo's defensive impact. He packs a punch in there.
Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And it's a 9-point Raptor lead.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
The Nets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
The first one falls. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Raptors leading by 7. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Count that one. He has 5.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Here's Hendricks. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. And the Nets miss again.
Yeah, starting the half here 1 for 5, and the offense might need an ironing out.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Now, here's Ball. 9 points in the game so far. Outside, Avdia. The Nets have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
At the line, Avdia. Stepping to the line with 2 shots.
That free throw, good from Avdia.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Both free throws, good from Avdia. Toronto leading by 9. Pass to Tilly. Driving to the basket. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line.
Second personal.
It's on Nick Claxton.
Team foul.
Toronto's shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Here's Thor. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And Ball is a proven distributor. He's got a real talent for spotting the cracks in the D.
Pass to Queen. Avdia with the rebound. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. An idea of voter fatigue, Brent. You feel voters get tired of the same guy winning every single season?
Yeah, I think they do, Kevin. And it's a shame because, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, those players looking back at the statistics from any given season deserve to be the MVP or all defense. And I hope that maybe that atrophy doesn't take place this year.
Personal foul. 4th team foul. Into the lineup for the Raptors. Number 5.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Queens got 7 points in the game.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Here's Thor. Pass to Claxton. Now here's Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Off target with his 3. Here's Queen. Out to the right wing. Johnson outside. Here's Queen. He's got 7.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. LeBron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 to 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you. And the Raptors with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn. Unable to get that one. Well, Greg, they're looking to make some big stops here to halt this rally.
And luckily, time is on their side, but this is on them. They need to play smart here.
It's Claxton with the drive. They swipe it. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. From the corner. Nice jump shot. Good. And the Raptors lead by 15.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pass to Hendricks. It's hauled in by Queen.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
Raptors have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. First one falls for him. So he gets them both. Outside, Walker. And Walker throws it down hard.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he was still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Here's Johnson. This one for 3. Toronto grabs the miss.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Wide open look. Chalk up 2 there.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
Pass to Allen. Jacks up a three. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Raptors leading by 17. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Bam averaged 5 assists per game during that breakout campaign in 2020, and he's at it again.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 19. They host the Spurs after this one. That will complete this 4-game homestand. And the Raptors with the ball. In the corner, Powell with it. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He has decided it's the right time to talk.
Let's see those moves. Come on. Two left feet there.
The Nets making a switch here.
Let's hear it for you. Coming up on the floor.
Nets trailed by 19.
Number 24. Cameron Thomas.
Left side, Ball. Oh, that's blocked. And they get it back. For three.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Now, here's Thomas. Right side, Williams. Outside, Walker. Good, great play by Williams to set it up.
No way he's going to pass that shot after D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Wasted no time on that one.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Ball with it. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
The finish, and it's Williams with the jam.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Three-pointer. Rebound by Williams.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Ball. Pass to Walker. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Toronto leading by 16. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot.
And down in the low post, they've had some success as well, winning a lot of points off of that physical ground and pound game.
And again, no good by Toronto. Score the basket, his fifth of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
And And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
And so here's Toronto. Toronto working the ball around now. Six to shoot. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Walker goes in.
For his size, Walker has great burst off the barrel.
Fourth quarter.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter. The shot that time, not on target. And Thomas has it in the corner. No good on the three. Raptors leading by 18. Shot on the wing. That's good on the jump shot.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Raptors.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other two.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
Here's Toronto now. It's an 18-point lead. To the wing right side. Got that one up quick.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lays it up off the glass.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Ivicic pulls it in. And here are the Nets. Outside, Walker from deep three-point land. And it's Toronto with the rebound. And the layup is good.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean...
got amenities, so pick out what you like on the television screen.